Yeah, we are visiting the famous Six&Four music shop in Sulzbach. Come on in. The PA department, all kinds of satellite systems, subwoofers. People working up there, people working here. A new delivery coming. Okay. Follow me, more here. And the service department. Stuff to be repaired. Tube tester. Isn't she lovely? Coffee corner, important. And now we go to the first floor, which is guitars and drums. Maybe we start with the drums, as they are not so important for us. These days, tons of electronic drum kits. Yamaha, Roland, the typical stuff, but also some good vibes. And real drums. And finally, the guitar section. Here we see the Fender. A lot of custom shop guitars, Telecaster alternatives. On this side we see a bunch of Gibsons and there's some Ibanez guitars over here. 8 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not my cup of tea, but anyway. Some acoustic guitars over here, more acoustic guitars over here, 9 strings. And this is the good stuff. Lakewood, Martin, and a nice room. I mean, this is like there's a full room for acoustic amps and more guitars in here, so tons of guitars. Yeah, 9 strings, and it's climatized. So here we have beating the wood. We come into the next, and this is electric. More Ibanez guitars, Ibanez, Ebony, and bass guitars, bass amps, and a little video place that we are not using because we need more room for more guitars, which are over here. And by the way, this is looking familiar. BluGuitar amp 1, looper kit, everything in the house. And here we see, by the way, this is Heiko. Thierry. Hi, bonjour. Bonjour. He is French, real French. Ça va? Et vous? Très bien. Okay, the Gibson wall with the expensive stuff. I mean, Gibsons and high-end stuff. Pauletti, killer alternative relic guitars. G&L, also made in California, USA. And Paul Reed Smith. Up there's even more over the counter, unbelievable stuff. Gretsch guitars, and this is kind of Home number 1. Well, this guitar looks familiar because it's my signature guitar, but you find a lot of affordable guitars from Yamaha, Pacifica, of course, Epiphones, a few amps, and the Germans are in the house. Kemper, Hughes and Kentner. Here we have some Fender combo, rather small stuff. And then there's the next amp room. In this room we have the boutique stuff. Bad Cat. Here, some cool, the Black Cat, I had that in an episode. Links, some angle amps. Here we see even more. This is Schecter, you know, the heavy stuff. Cool. Forrest Smith, Marshall, Fender, more Fender, and BluGuitar, which is, I'm very happy to see this here. Looking at the counter, we see tons of strings. You know, all kinds of different brands from Dario, Fender, I guess you have Ernie Ball somewhere, Elixir, Pigs, and everything you want. So, this is the place, and there's even some office places here. And this is the place where we'll do the video. So, that's the video. Welcome to Academy of Tone 173. As you can see today from Six&Four in Sulzbach, Saarland, Germany, right next to the French border, a very cool place. And the idea to have this episode in the music store came about because the other day I was visiting the store and I thought, man, they have so many killer new guitars, we can't bring them all in the video studio. Our video studio is way too small. So we did it the other way around. We took our video gear, the small gear, and just set it up here in the music store. And today's episode will be about some of the killer instruments that we have here on the wall and what's up in the music business. There are so many changes, and it's nice to have some insights behind the scenes with a music store and the business in general. I find this quite fascinating to see what's actually going on, so you guys understand what a dealer is doing for you, what a brand like BluGuitar is doing for you, and all that stuff. It's pretty interesting. Here, by the way, this is the first guitar I have in my hands, a Murphy Lab aged. We will talk about details later. It's just yeah, and this one is only 8,499. But this is a good example of a guitar that's brand new, looks like the real deal, and actually sounds very inspiring. It is
very close to the real deal. Maybe some guys know that I'm doing also another YouTube channel, The World of Vintage Guitars for Number One in Hamburg. And you can pick up a modern guitar in a music store these days, and it looks, man, look at the aging, crackles here and there, not too much, just right, all good. Headstock, the right weight, killer tone. So I think we're living in the good days these days, at least for the customer. The customer has so many choices. You can get instruments at a low price, entry level, which are totally cool, they sound good, they play well, they are totally usable. Not like when I was a teenager, back in the 80s, there were some weird cheap instruments on the market. No, these days you get killer instruments at any price level. And this one is, of course, the higher price level, but I don't know what I would change on this instrument. It's like, it is what it is, and somebody has done a good job on this. That's my personal opinion. And, you know, I know this guitar just for 10 minutes since I hold it in my hands. I just picked it up and I'm impressed. So that's example number one. And looking at the wall, we can see other great guitars from Gibson. Of course, this is the Gibson wall, but there's a huge wall over there for Fenders. And then we have some outstanding Paul Reed Smith guitars here, Paoletti guitars, and so on. Yeah, all good stuff. Just for fun, let me switch to this German brand, Duesenberg, Atze, Glo, and Duesenberg. Let's listen to this. Well, this is a James Bond 007 guitar. And just look at the back. Some kind of newspaper style, you know, made with inspiring themes and yeah. But one more thing about this guitar. Oh, it comes with a special case. This case you have to see. Okay. Ba-da-da-dum. And then, watch this. This is the 007 compartment. You can open it. And here are your picks. Okay? I think, leather, cool. This is number 12 of 75 of these guitars. Anyway, so this is exciting guitar number 2. We'll have tons more of these guitars, but first, let me do some housekeeping on the stuff I want to talk about before I forget. Last announcement of the masterclass, the Blues Rock Masterclass special discount code, which now works and only works till the 31st of August. It's Academy of Tone 82. Well, it is because 81 didn't work, so we had to take 82. So if you go there, if you want to check out my masterclass, you can have a special discount with this AOT 82 discount code until the end of this month, which is remaining 2 days, today and tomorrow, depending on where you live. Okay, this was announcement number 1. Then I hope you have seen our Rock Anarchy concert in the last episode, Academy of Tone 172, which was actually filmed with this tool here. Everybody knows it's the fucking iPhone, nothing special. Yeah, and using standard, this is all we had. And this was in Luca's hands. And at the beginning, it was a little bit wobbly because he was standing on a podest or whatever, something, and some kids were dancing. Then later on, the light was better, and because it was dark, and he was closer to the stage. So I kind of prefer the end of the show more than the beginning. And you can see a little bit of the Rock Anarchy. What we are doing is a lot of freestyle improvisation, jam band with songs that everybody knows. And we had a great drummer, Ralf Guske. We play occasionally with him, not every gig. We have many different drummers because we play with the drummers that are available. The good thing about that gig was this Saturday I have a killer gig coming up with Rock Anarchy meets Ronnie Romero, which is the singer that is known from being Ritchie Blackmore's latest lead vocalist. I have to tell you, this guy is amazing. Killer voice, such an easy guy. We've never played together. I just met him in person, and just talked a little bit with him. So we have no rehearsal. We will jump on stage and the rest will be history. Maybe I have somebody holding my iPhone and I can send you some, show you some snippets in the next episode next week. The concert will be in Tettnang, which is on the Lake Constance or Bodensee for the Germans. We have our yearly open air over there, and it started small in a little pub, and it became bigger, and now we have an open air festival with a local band called Thin Massa opening up for us, and then I think it's the 10th year, or I can't even remember how many years we've played in Tettnang. So this will be a lot of Rainbow, Deep Purple, and this guy, to me, is the only guy that can sing Dio without missing anything and still being himself. That is the big thing. This guy is so cool. He's just himself. He is, yeah, just one of those natural talents. You know, some people just have a sound in the voice, and of course he has got technique and stuff like that. But it's exciting to hear a good sound. Well, grab a Fender. This is a Kenny Wayne Shepherd. It's not a Blackmore Strat, but it's a Strat. And then I can show you. Yeah, anyway, this was some Blackmore on a Kenny Wayne Shepherd Strat. Lightweight, I would guess 3.2 kilograms, under 3.5. Not too light, but definitely, yeah, a good weight. Tiny bit on the light side, which is great. Yeah, this guitar has like Gibson style inlays. The lacquered headstock, which is a cool thing. See-through finish. And the rest, it's a Strat. And Kenny Wayne Shepherd plays it. Funny thing is the saddles are rather modern, and the bridge is could be floating, but it's set to be to have contact with the surface of the body. Okay, that's this guitar. But that's not all of the stuff that I wanted to announce. There will be things coming up besides that gig with Ronnie Romero in Tettnang on the 2nd September. September is the month of the Guitar Summit in Mannheim, which is like Germany's biggest show when it comes to guitar and bass gear. BluGuitar, we have a booth over there, which is in Hall 1, booth 110, which is pretty easy to find. You just go the main entrance up the stairs, and the first booth you will see, it's us. And our neighbor is Andreas Kloppmann, pickups, good old friend, nerd. So be prepared for some nerd talks. Yeah, and the other thing I like to introduce and mention is the Musikmesse here at the Six&Four shop next Sunday, which is the 3rd of September. And I want to welcome Heiko Bellon, who is Mr. Six&Four, the owner and whatever, founder. We go back for tons of years. Yeah, and he has been on one Academy of Tone before, like
Yes.
in the studio.
Yes.
So talking about this beautiful event, which is, this is the T-shirt, 2023, Six&Four, 24th.
Yes.
24. How many years is Six&Four, the shop, existing? When did you?
We started 87.
1987.
Yes.
Okay, last century.
It's 36 years now.
36 years, yeah. So, and 24 Musikmesses. You have been in a smaller shop near the train.
Yes.
I remember that.
The first 11 years we stood there, and now we are here, and we have much more place and make a big switch from in 2012.
Okay.
When we build in, we have here 2 buildings.
And you connected.
Yes, we connected with them.
This used to be an old school, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, this is like one house here, one house there, and in the middle is a roof that connects both. Yes. And this is kind of the entrance hall.
Yes. Now. So with more place, more light.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice because the atmosphere is great. So, I mean, now is what's going on in the music business, and from what I understand, and from the roots, from the early days, I can see you invested. You know, there was this little shed where everybody started. You know, and then there was the point where you decided maybe we need to change. What was the point? Why did you decide to go bigger?
11 years. In the old shop, it was a very little shop, and we had not enough place, and the idea was we would have to have a bigger building, and
need more
place, and
more place for more
for everything. Parking places, more place for the service department, more place for the different rooms where the customers can check and test instruments.
Right. And this building here now has we can see the Testraum for Gitarrenamps. There's another Testraum Gitarrenamps, so guitar amps. Then there's a bass, there's acoustic room. We have seen this in the intro briefly, which is great because you can actually check, feel and hear.
You have to have this. You have to do this because this is one of the difference to the online business. So we have only a chance when we have we have to make some
special
offers.
Yeah, yes. And the special offer is you can come here, you can see and feel and play the instruments, and that's, I think. I know that in the business everybody is moaning, blah blah blah. We have so bad time because when you kind of started, it was simple. If you had some instruments, you could sell them, and I don't know how it was as a dealer. I've never been a dealer, but I imagine from what I heard, the times were easier back in the days. I don't know.
For us, the times were never easy. We had to fight the whole. There are some stories about the past time that it was. They say, "Oh, it was so easy, so and
it's not.
We have.
Yeah.
It was never easy.
Never.
We have.
There's always a challenge.
Yes, always a challenge, and we have to try to be better, to try to be faster, a better online shop, more service, a bigger service department, more instruments. From the cheap point to the maximum point, and you know, a good team. We have a very good team, though. This is one of the reasons.
Yeah, and for me, it was interesting because we know each other for
40 years.
40 years, but we have spent the first time in our life some more time together because when we went for NAMM, Heiko was staying with us, the BluGuitar team, in the set. We did Airbnb, rent a house, and so you had your room, I had my room, the other guys had everybody had its own room. We only had 3 bathrooms or something for 4 guys, but you know, it's rock and roll. But actually, we had more time.
Yeah, and it was. We don't know how will it be. Because it was after COVID,
yeah.
And it was a wonderful time. We had a wonderful time together.
It was so good to see a NAMM show and people in person being alive again. And you know, in the morning I was sometimes driving you to G&L. Fullerton Road or what?
Yeah, it's near to the place where we
stayed. You know, our place. But this was the original facility of Leo Fender.
Yeah.
And you have here I can see the pictures now.
Yeah. You have the chance. I had the chance to sit in the original room where Leo Fender was, and they changed nothing. And you see the I sit on this chair, and I have this thing on it.
The glasses, the special
yes,
magnifying glasses.
You see they don't change nothing, and it's quite impressive to.
Of course.
To sit in the chair of Leo Fender and see what he did the last day he was alive.
Yeah,
it's a pickup guitar with pickup to check pickups.
Yeah, for me, like Leo Fender is one of my, I would say, industry heroes, because he had a radical approach. I mean, everybody was doing old school guitars, Gibson, you know, like the tops curve and traditional look, and he came with a different approach, but engineering, yeah. And still, he could find a way how to make these guitars real good, characterful instruments. And
for me, it's a little bit of genius.
Yeah.
And this place where I was in GNL, it's the spirit is there a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, try to keep it.
Of course. I mean, if America has some heritage and some, things that you can put in a museum, Fender is definitely one of those. I mean, maybe some cars and Fender Gibson. Those are the most iconic American. I wouldn't say inventions, but it's like traditional things that are connected to America with how I see it, or for us maybe.
So it was a great time, and the NEM it gives us a good vibration. We had
good feeling,
and the people. It was very positive.
I love these shows, especially when they are alive, and I'm really afraid that we will miss the gathering, the coming together one day if we focus too much on online. I mean, for me, we can't change the world, and online has also its advantages. I'm a fan of having Zoom meetings and stuff, and I remember the old days you had to fly like every third month somewhere to make a meeting, and today you simply schedule a meeting, put on Zoom or Skype or what not, and then you can talk to. You don't have to fly. It's way less time consuming, no jet lag, much better for the environment. We can save the fuel for vacation.
Yeah, sure.
And heating in Germany.
But you can't
go back. I mean, so there's some beautiful sides of this connecting the world via the internet, but on the other hand, the personal connection with people and instruments is still something I highly appreciate, because there is nothing that can replace it. It's not the same quality. You can make the best pictures, you can make the best whatever video, which we are doing right now, but still, if you would hear with your ears and would feel the instrument, like I just did with that Les Paul or that Fender or that Duesenberg, and I will give me one of these, the girly. That's something to touch it. I mean, this is Orianti. I would have a Perfume for it if I would sell that guitar for, what's the price? It's 11,900 and something. I don't know what's the English word. Is it perfume or something that you can smell? I want her smell on that guitar. I hope she smells good, but she better does for that money. So let's. It says 58. There's some special pickups in there.
Yeah, this the higher line pickups.
Yeah. anyway, let's check that guitar out, see what happens. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-way switch. First an Yeah. Oh. High quality guitar.
High quality, high price.
Yeah. For me, personally, too perfect. It's like Paul Reed Smith guitars for me always have been too perfect. It's like, I mean, it's the best fret drop ever. I wish I had this kind of frets, but this kind of
the setup is also
it's
perfect.
killer. It's killer setup, but it's like, you know, they're too beautiful, they're too good. I can't play this. But you know, different people, different guitars, and this is definitely a killer quality guitar. Private stock.
Private stock. Yes.
What is private stock?
It's the best wood, the best wood you can get. What Paul Reed Smith takes for these very high quality guitars.
Okay. And
some signature guitars.
Yeah.
Some,
and this is also a limited
limited run and
wow. Okay. So we can buy a car for this.
Yes,
And so what is this?
You see
another one. It's another private stock.
Yes, with special color, Laguna,
green, bluish.
Dragon Breath Laguna.
Oh, Dragon Breath Laguna.
Laguna Dragon Breath. This is
different pickup configuration. These seem to be like classic 58. On the Orianti, seems like PAF style pickups.
Yeah, this is a Modern Eagle.
Modern Eagle.
Pickup combination.
Okay. Okay, coil split. That's something I noticed with the PRS guitars when they do the split humbucker. They sound very musical. Because I'm not sure, but I believe they make the tap coil and blend in partially the rest of the other coil, tricks like that. Do you know more?
I don't know more.
No, but I know that they are next level when it comes to split coil. Yeah. I heard. Anyway, it sounds good.
Turn around.
Okay.
This is the details.
Yeah, of course.
The neck was
tiger stripe or what you would. I mean, it's like almost 3D. It's like if you look at the neck, it's like marble finish. So, and this is not too loud, no? We are still in almost, living room volume here. Again, high quality guitar. There's the third PRS.
You're right. Private stock is a wood that Paul Reed Smith keeps under his bed. That's
okay. I hope his bed is pretty high, so he has enough wood. Or let's put it in other words, maybe he's so broke he has to sleep on his own wood. Just get a little mattress and a beer. Anyway, okay, joking. No, this is a John McLaughlin Limited. Okay, and this is
very expensive.
Very 16,000, 16K. Okay, so let's. For me, another killer guitar, but it's too easy. I don't. For me, there's no fight. But for you, the right guitar. Yeah, John McLaughlin. He's supposed to play here in our area.
Yeah, in October.
October, maybe. Yeah.
Neunkirchen.
Neunkirchen for the Saarland people. Neunkirchen. Yeah. Mahavishnu Orchestra or whatever.
McLaughlin, yeah.
Yeah. Weird inner mounting flame. Yeah. Well, here's your inner mounting flame top. Wow. Well, we have so many. We have so many more. Let's talk some German building. Maybach.
Yeah.
So there's a nice one here. That's Maybach.
Little Wing.
Little Wing.
Yeah.
They also make beautiful kind of Les Paul style guitars and Strat style and Taylor blah blah blah. And this is kind of a unique, special
new design, an own design.
Yeah. Based on traditional tobacco sunburst.
90.
Yeah, and then
hollow body and
hollow, yeah.
The headstock is a little bit different, not so angled.
Yeah, it looks more like a acoustic guitar, like a
slotted headstock.
Let's start with some clean tones. Yeah. Awesome.
And Sunday at the show, it's our show here in the house. Nick Page is here.
He is one of the
master builder.
Yeah, the master builder.
They has in Wuppertal his workshop. And at Sunday he is here with some new special guitars. So
I met him a few times. Very nice guy, and I mean he's doing this for many years. I mean you can't do this like as your new hobby. There's too many knowledgeable people in the industry. But yeah, he's cool. And by the way, Sunday when I'm here as well, I have to come for my concert from the lake, Constance. Drive there in the morning, and in the afternoon I make it here. And then what time are we playing? 5, 6?
5
yeah, 5 o'clock. We have a jam band here with my dear friend Reggie Worthy on bass and vocals. Yeah. He's the original bass player from Ike and Tina Turner. So Nutbush City Limits, that's him, and other things.
That will be fun.
Who else? We have a drummer. What was this?
Sebastian Berg.
Sebastian Berg. Yeah. I played once with him, but anyway, only a very short set.
Reggie is for Sandbeck.
Yeah, he's coming for Sandberg bassist. Holger is the boss. He's not coming.
He's not coming now.
And Reggie is a long-term Sandberg user.
Yes.
I played with Reggie for like 10 years already, and he is. I recorded 2 DVDs with him on my Hendrix project, so we will play a lot of Hendrix, as he knows Hendrix inside out, and I know Reggie inside out because when you go on tour in the morning, hey. You are still asleep and somebody is like, you can hear through the door. When Reggie is awake, he is music all day long.
He lives in Berlin, I think so, and he has to come here from Berlin to Sulzbach.
Yeah, it's a long...
It's a long ride.
Yeah, 7 hours or something like this. And then we have a few guests. Georg Meyer.
Yeah.
Is coming. He's a guitar player who plays with Gildo Horn, a German Schlager star.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
Quite a character.
Yeah.
And then we have
Philip, yes.
Yeah.
Philip.
He's like our youngest Hendrix
talent.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hendrix incarnation. Yeah. And
he plays with his band Jungle. At 2 o'clock, I think so.
Okay.
Jungle Fever.
Okay. And then he joins in when we play the jam.
Yeah. That's
Okay, good. I didn't know all the details, but anyway, it is always fun.
Yes. And I don't know the name of his band, but we will see.
We will see. Anyway, it's all good. So there are people.
Sebastian plays for Tama drums.
Yeah.
And makes a clinic before you
make
show.
The show.
And then.
So Maybach is there. We have some Paolotti, maybe.
Paoletti, yeah.
Paoletti, Lotti.
Start with this one.
Okay, this is a blue over black blue sunburst. This is like, what's the story about these? Italian, right?
Italian made.
Yeah.
Like he uses special wood. Chestnut. Chestnut is it?
Walnuss, ne?
Nee, nicht Chestnut. Es ist was für den Weinfässer? Kastanienholz.
Oh, I don't know the castagno. Anyone in the chat knows what castagno in English means?
Chestnut.
Okay, he was right. Okay, it's the wood that is used for the barrels.
150 years old.
Yeah. For wine. Italians, they drink wine, of course. Italians drink red wine. They eat pasta.
And make guitars from chestnut.
Yeah, I have my special theory about Italians. They are meisters. They are in using up the recipe. When you go to an Italian restaurant, it's always great with the pizza and the calzone and everything, and they all use only 5 ingredients because they have nothing more. They have the wheat, the tomato sauce, the cheese, and the leftovers from yesterday. And this is the leftovers from the wine barrels. So they are creative on using.
This stuff is from the Patron. Ich weiß nicht, the rest of the.
From the
gun
pistol munition. Ammunition.
It works.
It works. It's also an interesting characterful piece of art. Made in Italy, very proud. 21, 14, 23. Okay, so this is actually, no, 23 is probably the year, and the rest is a serial number, which is 20, well, it's the 14th month doesn't exist. We only have 12, so they have maybe backwards, I mean, serial numbers. Cool. When you think about changes in the music industry, it's like how you see all these instruments. I think 40 years ago we didn't have all these choices. There were only bad Fenders. Yeah. I remember my first real Fender was the shittiest Fender ever built. And
3-point.
Yeah, you saved it because you modified it to a 4-point because it was
40 years ago.
40 years ago, yeah. I don't know who bought it. I had to sell that guitar because it was horrible. And
a red one.
The red one, yes. With a super thick lacquer. And I needed the money to get other guitars. And then finally I bought my original 61 Strat, which was a good Fender. So Fender has proven to make great instruments and shitty instruments. And today they are backed by better instruments.
Yeah, we have some custom shop instruments here.
Yeah.
We have. The problem is you have, in this time, you have at every price point a huge selection of guitars.
Yeah.
You have, it's not easy to choose the right.
Only one. It's like
right guitars, the right
model.
Then you the lines.
Yeah.
Do you make Gibson? Do you make Fender? What do you make? What is with the German products? And the whole stuff. It's a very, very big
selection.
Selection,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, maybe confusing because in the old days you were a Gibson Marshall guy, or you were a Fender guy, or you had whatever, a tube screamer and la la la, and the limited selection.
It's the same with the guitars. It's the same with the pedals. It's the same with the amps. It never stops. We like to have new products, but it's so much.
It's hard.
It's very hard to decide what do you want to buy, what do you want to show in the shop, and to have a line, to have an idea, to not to dich nicht zu verlieren, not to lose you in this big market.
To get lost in too many options and choices. I think that's the problem of today's world. We have everything. Yeah. And we
see everything. You can see it
and it's
online.
So hard, it's so hard to take a decision, and
for the customer too. And now we have these incredible price increase.
And
so this is not now is not an easy time for selling guitars. But we sell good guitars, but a lot of guitars. But it's not it's not easy.
Yeah, for you as a dealer, if I look around all these guitars and the inventory, is this 1 million? Is it 2 million? I have no idea.
It's between.
Okay, okay, good. But it's a fucking lot of money.
Yes.
You have sitting here and waiting for customers to buy it, so you can reinvest the money that you get from the...
This is one of the reasons why we are here, still here.
Yeah.
It's not only you not only need a good web shop or a good social marketing. You have you need the guitars, the instruments. You have to show it. You have to have the perfect service with the tube department.
The repair,
guitar service, everything, and a very good team.
Yeah.
We have a very good team, good people over a lot of years.
Yeah.
And we work perfect together.
As a team.
As a team.
Yeah, and that takes a lot of efforts, and I know how it is. I was never the boss of a company. I used to be one guy working in a company, but being freelance. Now I'm the boss, and being a boss is a shitty job sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I could. We had some conversations about that.
No, it's the best job. For me, it's the best job in the world.
For me, it was also important to do my thing with no compromise. That was my answer to the thing. I'm not keen on being the boss, but it's like somebody has to be the boss. And then if I had somebody else being the boss, I had to compromise again. And this is what I don't want.
You don't want.
So in the end, that's the price I have to pay, but it's okay because I get rewarded on doing, my products as I like them.
And they are perfect. They work perfect in the market, and we sell it very, very.
Yeah, you told me you have sold many of my amps, amp1s, and cabinets, but the amps are one of your best-selling amplifiers in the store.
Yes.
And you still have, and I like that, to have a selection for people to try out. There's Kemper, there's Hughes & Kettner, there is Marshall, there's Fender, there is Bad Cat.
Yes. We started when they started, we was on board.
Yeah.
Because there's a very good relationship from the times from Mesa Boogie. Mm-hmm. And yes, Bad Cat has at the moment only 5 shops in Germany, and we was one of the first. And this is a good story. I like these amp, and they come from California, and they make. We had that in your academy.
In the academy, and the good thing is the company is there, and there's even the German involved. Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, which is.
Peter Arendt.
Peter Arendt is kind of migrated from Cologne area, and he has his Ampede amps, and he has a long history. And
it's the right guy in the right place now.
Yeah, and he was working for boutique amp distribution.
Soldano.
Yeah. I met him when he made the small Soldano. The 30 watts version, and he improved Mike Soldano's noise floor issue without changing the tone. That's German engineering. So kudos,
And now,
it takes people that, it takes both. It takes the originators, and then it takes the people that also go that extra mile, and that's just like. That's one of the guys, and he's involved now, living in California, which is also a great combination because being connected to the artist and being in this world. I would not move there because I have been there many times.
It helps the product. It helps the idea of the product.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to build amps.
Yeah, but back to the business. Back to the business. When you look at having a music shop in these days, with the online thing, the big companies, and then
big companies sell direct.
Yeah, and
there's so much changes.
Yeah,
changes, but we have no fear.
Yeah. No. As long as it's a fair deal for both sides, it's okay. And as long as you,
when we never sell Fender guitars, then we can talk about. But we sell every day Fender guitars. So if they do it at their own, they can do it.
Yeah.
Thomann did it also, and music store. So we sell a lot. So we have. No problems, and we sell a lot of Gibson, and Gibson do it the same way.
Yeah.
Fender opened a shop in Tokyo.
Yeah. So as long as it's in balance, I think that
if we don't sell Fender guitars, okay, we stop, but we sell it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good sign, and the reason why you sell it, I believe, it's just, I have no clue, but I feel more like a customer. Because when I go into a shop, and if I find something that I am impressed, and this is kind of, wait a minute, that amp or that guitar or that whatever is connecting with you in that moment. You buy it, and you buy it in the shop because it's that instrument.
Yeah.
It's not this one, it's that instrument.
Sometimes there is a customer who wants a special guitar, and we have the guitar here, but he takes his time and try 10 guitars.
Yeah.
And after 1 hour,
he knows.
He knows, and he found a totally other guitar,
Then
different to the point he comes here in.
Yeah.
And he's and
then he's happy.
Happy.
Exactly.
This is the best feeling.
Yeah. And
you can ever have. And this experience you can't do it online.
No, because
in 1 hour you can play here 10, 20 guitars.
Yeah.
And after this experience, you found your guitar.
Yeah.
It speaks to you.
Yeah.
And you are happy, and we too.
Yeah, of course. And I think there's other things that are easier to buy online, because if you just need a cable, I mean...
We have also an online shop, no problem.
Yeah, so Six&Four has also an online shop, of course. But the thing is, and I think this is so important, that the shop is a physical place to be, where the instruments live, where the people live that love the instruments, that do the setup, that do care, that are not just box shifters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the business to have, your packaging in your warehouse, and you have to shift, but there is more to that. And I think that's the reason why we all start to the thing. I mean, I know that you had your own guitars built in the last century, the Sulzbach and...
Gibson bass and Pubi bass,
there was a lot of passion behind that, and if that passion can live on in your shop, that's a living.
There are a lot of good shops in Germany where you have this feeling. You go in and you go out with the guitar you love, and you try it out, and it's a real deal.
And the dealers, the shops that don't offer this kind of experience that the customer wants to make, like, it's like when I buy shoes, I'm very sensitive when it comes to shoes. I have to go in a shop and try them on. I have to put them on.
Sure.
I admit, once I know my brand and my size, I could buy them online as well. If I get exactly the same model, but the year later they have changed something, I have to go back to the shoe store and see if they still fit. But that's the physical experience in the music shop that is so important. And you get the full package here. You have the service department. You have people that take care of this end and that. So it's not just like hit and run.
It's a whole thing. You have to, the prices have to be correct, sure. The service perfect,
and you even do your own events, like the Musikmesse with the flea market, where people can sell their used gear, which is also great.
It's free to come. It's free to have a place. And we have 60 people who make a little booth. And it will be it will be fun.
Sure. And I think that's the fun thing. People come here, they sell their old stuff, then they have some money in the pocket, they go here and they buy some new stuff. But it's about to have the right things for you, and this shows how important it is to connect
people. Connect people is also the big thing there. It's just like a big hello. I don't know how many people, but 2,000, 3,000, I don't know. We never checked it because it's free. Everybody can come, and it's a big party, a big hello, because a lot of people know each other and have a nice day.
And things can happen. You never know what can happen. I mean, for me, it's great when I play with that jam band, or I actually organized it, like you know, you give me some names, and then I try to call the guys up and see. And I made also new discoveries with people, like having the first time I ever played with Alex Beirut was here.
Yeah. It's also an idea to bring people together.
Yeah. And
last year you play with Lukas
Schüssler. Yeah. Luke, so
great guy, great guitarist, great singer.
Great singer, good voice. And so it's always an opportunity to get some fresh energy, fresh connection, and things can happen that sometimes are not so easy. And here, people...
We try to bring people together. This is the idea. This is also to give the people a little bit more. That's why we have at our web shop the Bandbörse, where you can look for
other
search for musicians
to complete your band.
Yeah, this works very good since 10 years or more.
Yeah.
Then we have 2 or 3 years the Musikschule search. You can find your music school. This is because people come here and ask, I buy now a guitar. Where can I go to
listen?
And so we
guitar
put
lessons.
it on the web that the schools can make Werbung.
Advertising. Yeah. Which is great. So
free,
it's information. It kind of connects
and this
the
is
customer.
The idea to bring people together, to help them make music.
Yeah.
And this is the same idea that we started to make the show.
Yeah.
To give the customers a little bit back. We take the money and give them a little bit back.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's
not only business, also something for the heart.
For the heart, yeah. And that's why the atmosphere is always cool here, and especially on these live events. I mean, it's also with the beer and
you
and
are
the
now
food.
Inventar.
You are. I'm
yeah.
I've been here for many years.
Yes.
So let's see what's in the chat today. I have not looked yet. Okay, I used to be a Marshall Tunes. I see Marshall guy. I got my M1 Mercury. Yeah, well, I used to be a Marshall guy as well. Even though I worked for 27 years at Hughes & Kettner, I always tried to make Marshall sounds. And I always try to make the Marshall sounds that Marshall didn't make anymore, or the guys that modded Marshalls made. The other day I was watching that pedal show from the UK, Daniel Steinhardt and Mick Taylor, and then they had a challenge about let's draw a country. And they had to get their whole rig, like amplifier and pedals, from that country. And I think Daniel chose whatever, France, and Mick chose Germany. And I said, okay, easy. I get that Hughes & Kettner pure tone. I know Thomas Blug. That's a good amp when it comes to that dynamic Marshall territory. It's just that, like, that plexi that Marshall didn't make anymore. So and so he chose that one, and he was right. And then both, they probably haven't listened to that amp for a couple of years. You can see that they play the amp and wow, this is good. Discontinued, but anyway, it was a good amp. It was a characterful amp. But back to my favor for that British sound. Anyway, and this is what the guy says, amp1. amp1 is, if I can't do the Marshall sounds, send me an email, I help you, because my products can do those sounds. It's on my first priority list, always. It's Fun Area by Hennings. What's going on here? Gear Street. Yeah, Gear Street is the Henning Pauli's YouTube event. I haven't seen the communication here. I've been there as well. I think I'm one of the only people with an MP1 in the US. What? Mark Piper. Any German descendants? Piper could be German.
Yeah.
So yeah, the MP1, I know that amp. It's also a very classic, straightforward, all-tube amp with lots of character. Great amp. Yeah, it's all about happiness. Pooh Ninja, you're in the end. Hey, you know, it's sad things happened. You know, we just lost Bernie Marsden, and yeah, and so we should have happiness as long as we live and as much as we can. And guitar playing is
a good thing.
It's a good thing. At least it gives me happiness.
Noch eine Gitarre?
I have. What else shall I play? Is there anything? Give me the 64 ears because I have exactly the same guitar, and then one of your choices, whatever. Or hey guys, if you want to listen to any of the guitars in the store, give us a shout. You know that I'm not a metal guy. They have a full department of metal guitars as well, 8-string Ibanez's and ESP Limited, and them all. We have to invite somebody else to do this properly, but. Let's check that ES335 as I have like the original guitar. Well, it does the job. It's 6,699 euros, but it does the job. I mean, mine is played for longer, which makes the guitar always better, of course. But you can play this guitar and make this great as well. So that's. But hey, years ago you couldn't find such replicas in that kind of quality. I'm really impressed. Heiko, is this a Murphy Lab aged?
Yeah. Yeah. Murphy.
Ultra light aged.
Ultra light. That's
the grading.
It's the first step.
First step, and then there is medium.
Late aged,
yeah.
And then heavy aged.
Okay. They have like four level. Okay. Wow. So there's another Fender you wanna for me? Okay. What is this?
55 bone tone.
Bone tone
Pickups.
What's the story about bone tone? We don't know.
No, we don't know.
Okay, what is a bone tone? Well, this is my Ronnie Romero moment. 50s? What let me see. 55. Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay, don't go too far because copyright strike. But hey, this definitely sounds like 50s. Alder body, right?
No. Ash.
Ash, yeah, swamp ash, ash body.
Yeah.
Alder is later. Okay, 50s, yeah, okay.
We forget this guitar. It's the Kirk Hammett. It's the first Gibson he played on every big album. And it's
wow.
It's a clone from
his.
Yes.
Well, in the BluGuitar team, we have Andy Powell, who is Wishbone Ash, Mr. Wishbone Ash. He is the Mr. V. I mean, in my life, Andy Powell is Mr. V, Michael Schenker is Mr. V, and now Kirk comes to the club. I don't have Iridium, but let's see if I... By the way, let's get... this is the volume. Okay, I'm confused. I'm not so familiar if this is standard or where the knobs are. I guess one volume for each in a master tone, something like this. And it's all. I mean, it's nicely aged. It's like it looks so authentic. I have seen many vintage guitars, and it's like, man, even the duct tape is crazy word. But it's
crackles all and.
Do you have like collectors, music collectors that don't even play, just music fans buying
sometimes,
this?
Sometimes,
not that so happens.
Not so often, but
so people, Metallica fans would come here and get one of those and hang it on the wall and pray.
It's the original Unterschrift dabei.
Yeah, okay, signature.
Yeah,
okay. I mean, it's
Kirk Hammett.
Kirk Hammett. It's somebody did a job, good job on this. Yeah, it's interesting. Thomas should play more maple strats. Sounded great. Hey guys, I know, but for some reason I like it. I like maple strats when I'm on this kind of clean settings, but to do my thing with the Marshall-esque sound, I prefer the rosewood necks on the Strat. It's my thing. If I would be a clean guy's blues, if I had a proper blues band and do this as a thing, I could consider playing more maple. Okay, let's check. There is a documentary on flying V guitars, part of it on YouTube. Ah, okay. Interesting. My knees hurt. What a name is this? Hey, I tell you what, my butt hurts because I'm sitting on this stool for
2 hours.
For 2 hours already. Okay, my knees are fine. Zach Wild. Yeah, Zach Wild. I only own a flying arrow. But that thing is my Ferrari guitar. You play crazy damn. Yeah. There is something about that shape and the Gibson necks, of course. They play easily, and even blues guys like Albert King play them. I just for fun for me. Let me see if I get a blues sound out of this one. Also. Hey, that's a sign. A good instrument, even a metal guitar player with his guitar can, if it's a good instrument, you can play any music on it. I mean, you can play fucking blues on a metal guitar. I mean, it's like. Gibson G-string happens. Hey, guys, just for information here, my settings, if you wonder what's the magic of the tone tonight, nothing. It's the clean channel volume on 7, but the boost all the way up, tone all the way up, and I have the gain drive on 6, and the tone controls are actually, tone controls are in the middle, bass 5. I actually have a bit more treble for some reason, maybe. It sounds good in the room. I hope it sounds good for you guys. I have no idea. Because I'm using the blue box here, that's the little setup here. Blah, blah, blah. And since I played a touch of metal, I switched from the stack 1970 to the 67 for the last thing. Let me go back for the 70, so you hear what I was doing. Maybe it sounds a bit fatter now. And if I would go in the middle position on 5, it sounds sweeter, I guess. So can we do the whole episode again because my treble was too high? Well, I think it doesn't matter. It felt great, and that's what's all about. Okay, guys, I think we've done a long show again. Let's see, last question here. How about the Gibson Custom Shop 1961 SG?
Unplayable.
Unplayable, okay. Because it has that funky vibrato, vibrola, okay, out of tune. Okay, it looks cool, but it's something for a collector. Don't play it. 61 is a special year, but okay. Hit us with some jazz on that V. Hey, guys, I'm not a jazz player, but I want to make everybody happy, so... There's the tone. Okay, so let's do fake jazz. Nee. Switch off the boosts, so... Yeah. And then the important thing about jazz is you have to get the chromatism, chromatische lines. It's like, okay, choose a major chord, and then you go one note below, look very special.
Yeah.
And then get some vibrato going. Yeah, that's always killer. Expensive chords also help. The trick about jazz is they know they can play expensive chords with stupid things like keep simple fingerings and just move them. I can show you some stacked fourths. Okay, and then this is a Miles Davis lesson. Wait a minute. You can have chords that are in a scale, and the chords can be something totally different as long as one note is from the scale. Okay, here is the example. E minor pentatonic, we all know. Okay, and then I play major chords, like barring a... Well, that's jazz. Probably. I'm not the expert. So you heard some pseudo jazz on an SG. Play it freehand like Michael, but no. I'm not competing with this. He's actually a super nice guy. I met him a couple of times because, at events, trade shows, and I did my thing with being the Strat guy, my white Strat, and he was going to double neck shred unbelievable. With the PP as the potential, whatever part at the fast. How fast can you play? But the guy is super nice. I mean, he's quite a character. It's very nice. Yeah, he controls the strings with his mind. I guess so. Yeah. Hey guys. Anyway, thanks for joining in today. Thanks, Heiko. If you are local, come and see the Six&Four Musikmesse next Saturday, which is Sunday, which is the 3rd.
Yes, Sunday.
Yeah, in Sulzbach, and we are all here. Heiko is here, I'm here, and tons of local musicians, of course. And if you are around Lindau, Bodensee, Saturday, yes, come and see me with Michael Romero. And if you have nothing better to do, next week, same place, same time, see you on the Academy of Tone. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. And thanks, Heiko.